All right, she's a professional foodie and has been teaching basic kitchen survival to culinary challenge folks like myself. We are back again with Ivey Levey, who is going to make what she calls her sticky, sweet, gooey, and delicious 1890 chicken. Ivey, welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
I like that because you already know that I am definitely challenged in the kitchen. We are happy to have you here.
This is
Tell us
something
about
you can
this.
make.
Okay, this is something that I can make. Okay, first of all, last time you were here, I didn't put on my gloves, and I almost got completely whacked for that. So
no touching raw chicken with
that's right.
bare hands.
All right.
It's just not, it's a bad idea.
Okay, so as you walk us through, I'm going to put my gloves on. Tell us about this chicken.
1890 chicken is a recipe that my mother used to make when I was little.
Okay.
It was a great way to get us to eat chicken. I teach this recipe to my clients, and they feed it to their children. It is sticky and sweet and gooey and kind of comfort foodish.
Yeah.
And what's great for the moms is that it's super easy to make. And what's great about it is the technique. The first thing I want to talk about, though, is the dressing.
Dressings, because you're saying that there are different varieties you can use
There
to
are.
pull this off.
The one my mom used is 1890.
1890. Let's see. Hold that still if you can. There you go. How about that?
1890 chicken.
Okay.
And you can find it, Food Emporium, A&P. It's not as common as other dressings, so I brought some others that you could use.
Stuff that I usually always see at the stores. Catalina.
We have Catalina, we have Ken's French.
Yep.
Creamy French.
And Annie's natural organic.
What you're looking for is basically a dark orange color, Catalina, Country French. Those are the kinds of brands.
And are you mixing it with anything?
You're not, just as it is, but you don't want low fat and you don't want low calorie.
Okay, so we all cheer at that point. Go ahead and do it. Hoorah, everybody.
It won't work. There's something about the consistency of it.
And I want to talk about this chicken because you say it's important to buy a certain kind of chicken.
It is.
Stuff, not with the additives. You're saying go for organic chicken if you can.
Organic, natural, or kosher.
Why?
Because we as Americans eat massive amounts of chicken.
Yeah, I agree.
Everybody, no matter who you are. And for the amount of chicken that we consume as a nation, it should be natural. It should be healthy. It shouldn't have additives. Chicken skin is white.
Okay.
If you were to kill a chicken, that's what it is underneath.
And
It's
this is
not
white.
golden.
This is a perfect example.
We recommend Murray's chicken.
Okay.
But you can use any brand that labels organic, all natural. If you're looking at chicken and the skin is golden yellow, they added something to their feed to make that look like that.
And you're saying don't do it. Don't do it. Don't bother.
If it doesn't add flavor, there's no reason to have it.
All right, let's dive in. What are we going to do to set up our 1890 chicken?
We start by putting the chicken pieces. I prefer dark meat because it's very hard to dry out.
Okay. And you know what you mentioned earlier, and I love this trick because my husband eats chicken. My family eats chicken. You're saying we all make this mistake. Listen up. You know how you take the dressing and you put the dressing on top of the chicken while it's raw, you stick it in the oven. I know I'm not the only one who's done that.
That's the mistake.
Don't do it.
Lay it out dry in the pan like I have it here.
Okay. Then what are we doing? We're going to stick it in the oven?
Stick it in the oven at 375 degrees. You want to dry out the meat.
Okay. 375. Dry it out for how long, though? How long?
15 minutes.
Okay.
And when you take the chicken out,
it's going to come out looking like this.
It's going to come out looking like this.
Okay. Oh,
see?
Nice and juicy.
The skin is tight and dry. Now, I'm using this because it's quicker and it's easier, but you would pour right from
and
the
that's
dressing,
what you're going to pour right on there.
Right on top. And I don't know if you can even see it. It is sticking to the chicken.
You don't need to poke holes in it or anything.
No, don't. You don't want to.
Now, how long would you cook it, though, after you put this on? Because it doesn't need as long. It's already room temperature.
Well, it already is. You put it back in the oven.
Okay.
Uncovered.
Uncovered.
45 minutes. Would you mind?
Yep, not at all. Let me do this real quick. Okay. Oh, and I see the other one bubbling up, looking delicious. All right, there we go.
Right.
And then we want it to come out looking like so.
Well, actually, and I will say this one's a little darker, but
yes,
you want it like this. Now, you see how there's a little bit of
juice,
the juice on the bottom? That's where the oil and the solids of the dressing have separated.
Okay.
What I like to do, obviously wait until it cools a little bit.
Right.
Remove the chicken and put it on a serving platter and then separate it out. The oil will pour right off, which you get rid of, it has no use. And this is gravy.
And then you let people dip inside. And this is one of the things we should mention because you also do, you write for a magazine.
Voting on the Hudson magazine.
Yep, and you have your own little blog that you've been doing.
I do.
Tell us a little bit about that because you're teaching folks how to make things easy in the kitchen and not be so stressed out when you're making a meal.
Cooking should be fun.
Right.
If it's easy to do, people will do it, and that's my job. My job is to make it easy so that anybody can do it.
And let's get a shot of this if we can, because this again is what it's going to look like once you plate it up.
Right. When
this
you
one
take
we cooked a little bit
this
longer.
This one, right, I did.
Yeah, but this one here is the way that it needs to look. And let's bring Gil in. I have Gil that's doing our chicken tasting. He's in the wings over here laughing away because he just started this new diet regimen, so he's very excited about tasting this chicken. Are you prepared?
I'm ready to go.
Are you ready?
This.
Okay, give it a shot. You can see he's going to go for the thigh.
This is the right one, right? Okay. All right. Let's
Okay,
try
I
it.
like thigh meat. It doesn't dry out, and it's...
What do you think, Gil?
I'm in love.
Are you in love? See, and
Officially.
Liz, you thought you were the only one. See, you got to share them with the nice
No, that's
thigh.
getting moist in there,
It
too.
is.
It's not drying out.
No,
Awesome.
and with thigh meat, especially if you're prepping for children, it's one bone. It's very easy to just remove the one bone, and I still cut my kids' food, so, you know.
Oh, look
it's
at you.
easy
You're a
to
good
prepare
mom.
that
Look at you. All right, everybody, if you want to
Whoa.
try Ivey's recipe for yourself, just come to our website, Connecticut Style, and hit on that WTNH.com link. Of course, we're going to have all the information there. Ivey Levey, thank you so much for being here. I put on my nice little
thank you
gloves
for
and I didn't
having
need
me.
I should have gloves, but thank you very much.
Okay,
You're welcome.
Just, no, but
Enjoy.
never talk with your mouth full now. Just stop that. Up next,
Beautiful.